We are coming up on the end of the Land of Why series. This is part 9 of 10. Today's topic is why I did between relationships, those tweener relationships. Why did I do the relationships that weren't really a relationship that was going to have longevity to it, and I knew it. So that's the topic today. And yesterday I brought up the conversation around backup plans, backup men, backup women, these relationships that we have that we believe that we can manage, even though often we do a lot of damage to a relationship that we're having, or even those backup plan relationships, because managing a relationship often is just pushing it off and not dealing with the truth of the matter, and not having those hard conversations in a friendship, in a companionship, in any sort of relationship. I know that a lot of people don't believe that relationship is relationship unless you've said, oh, we're in a relationship. But the reality is that if you are definitely having sex with somebody, if you are being intimate emotionally, mentally, physically with somebody, if you are enjoying time with that person, or maybe you're not enjoying time with that person, but you are spending time, you're investing yourself in any fashion or form into somebody else or into time with that person, then you're in a relationship with that person. Okay? So when we talk about the tweener relationships, those relationships that are between longevity, term-based relationships, serious relationships. Tweener relationships are not serious. They are just casual. They are perhaps monogamous, perhaps not. And I discussed this yesterday with you as well around what is monogamy. Monogamy used to be, in all of our history, since monogamy came about, what we deemed monogamous was that it is one partner for life. And in today's world, over the last 50 years or so, monogamy has become one person at a time. Okay? Then we have, a lot of still cheating, affairs going on, infidelity, which causes a massive amount of issues, which is basically, I want to be safe in this relationship, and I want monogamy from this person, but I want to have my cake and eat it too, and I want to also go and play and enjoy, but I don't know how to do it in integrity, because that's scary, because hey, only maybe 20% of the population is even familiar or okay with open relationship polyamory. So those conversations can be very difficult. A lot of the times one partner wants a serious relationship and the other partner does not want a serious relationship, which brings us to those betweener relationships. Guess what we're going into the season of? Fall, winter, the holidays. Do you know what the holidays are? It is the season of between relationships. Now, a lot of people, especially with everything that's occurred over the last couple of years, there is a massive amount of upset in relationships, a disconnect, there's divorce on the rampage, there's breakups, there's people that are really struggling in different ways, because as we went through a crisis as a world, now that is that macrocosm of the microcosm of the relationship in the home, and there's a whole bunch of trauma that has taken place over the last couple of years due to the trauma of the world, the criticalness that we have gone through. And what we definitely will be seeing, I predict, this winter season is that, hey, for the most part, we've got this clearing that we can go out, we can go to dinner, we can have drinks, we can go dancing, we can go to concerts again, all of this stuff that we couldn't do over the last 18 months to 2 years because of COVID. Now we have this freedom coming back in, right? And who wants to go out and experience life, be rebirthed into life, alone? Well, that's the reason for betweener relationships, is that our nature as human beings is to be communal creatures. We need each other, okay? We enjoy companionship. We enjoy friendship. We enjoy engagement with others. We need that support. We need that appreciation. We need to be witnessed by others. And I know that I've heard from many people, don't get into a relationship if you're not serious. Wait for the real deal, right? Well, how do you know that it's the real deal? How do you know what you want in a relationship? How do you know who you are? How do you know what you need to develop in yourself to call in the person that you truly want for that long-term relationship? You will never learn it all by yourself, which is why I did between relationships, those tweener relationships. Why did I do it? Because I understood that it was a betweener relationship. I knew there was something inside of me that said, this is not it. Yeah, this person's great for this and this person's great for that. And I was very good at calling in exactly what I needed. I spent a very extensive marriage dealing with struggles, financial struggles and insecurities. The stability was not there. So what did I want after living 16 plus years in instability? I wanted stability. I wanted to experience stability. I needed to reprogram myself from 16 years of instability, the scarcity mindset. So I needed somebody to come into my life to help to support exactly what I wanted to develop, right? So much like we always get exactly what we need. And if we understand what we need, we can actually ask for it. We can look for it. We can call it in, and we can understand that this relationship is here, not for forever, but for this reason. In this instance, I needed to learn stability. I needed to learn about stepping away from scarcity mindset. I needed to know what it felt like to really be stuck in a space, in an energy that was just riding like this. There wasn't the ups and downs. And that's what I got, and that's what I learned, and it helped me to create a stronger me. It helped me to overcome different programs that I had from childhood forward around scarcity, around instability. Well, after a few years of that, guess what I needed? I needed safe play. I needed laughing. I needed enjoyment. I needed humor. I wanted that childlike sensation to come back in, but I didn't want it to be too scary either, because I had gone through different things back here that I didn't want to repeat. That could have been adventurous to some, but also was traumatizing potentially to some, to me, in those moments. Well, I didn't want that, so I wanted play. In comes another tweener relationship. Me entering it, fully knowing, fully vocalizing to this person, don't get serious. This is not a long haul relationship. And here's the thing, when we're in betweener relationships, number one, we have to understand that we're calling it in. Whether we're conscious of it or unconscious of it, we call those relationships into us because of the desires that we have. So they're going to birth into existence. We're going to manifest them, and that's what we're going to get. Okay? Now, if we're focusing in on negative things as well, then that's why we're getting those negative things in our partners coming to us as well, because we're like, ooh, I really want this, but I don't want this. And how many times have you dated people or been in relationship with people of different degrees and said, man, same freaking crap, different person, different body, but it's the same thing over and over again. Are all men like this? Are all women like this? Is this what relationship is just like? I don't think I want to do that. This isn't for me. I've heard that from plenty of people, but here's what we're doing. When we get the same thing over and over again, it means that we are stuck in a certain storyline around what relationship is, around what the other sex is, around what our partner is bringing to us. And we're so focused on the negative characteristics of that, that's exactly what we're drawing to us. And we're going, no, I don't want it. But guess what? In our attempt to push it away, to not have it come to us, what we actually do is magnetize it to us, because that's what the focus is on. If we changed our focus to what we really truly wanted and we started to lean into that, we would actually magnetize what we want instead of what we don't want. What we do is we go, oh, I would like to have a partner that is fill in the blank, but I don't want him or her to have boom, 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 boom. And then we look with the critical eye consistently. And here we go. We get both of them. We get a partner that is, in my instance, I wanted playful. I wanted childlike experience. I wanted that humor, that laughter. I got all that, but I also got a humongous pile of stuff that I didn't want in that relationship. Luckily, though, I already knew that I was just wanting a between relationship, that I wasn't in a space for commitment. I wasn't in a space for the long haul. I wasn't wanting to fall deeply in love. I was wanting companionship. I was wanting to grow myself in different ways. I was wanting to experience different things, and I consciously pulled that in and made a really good effort at keeping that on the table in integrity, transparent of, hey, here's what I can give in this relationship, but I can't give this. And this is where we really get caught up in issues in relationship, especially at this time of the year. We enter out there and we go into the dating world. Onto the dating apps we go, swiping to the left and to the right and going, okay, this person's cool, that person's not, blah, blah, blah. And we're going through the catalog of human beings. And we're like, I just want somebody to spend the winter with. I don't want to go to the family holiday party, the company holiday party, the cool events that are starting to pop up again, the winter travel, skiing, lodging, whatever it is. I don't want to do those things alone. And you know what? There is no shame in that. We are people who are designed by nature to be with other people. So what you should do is pretty simple. Keep it above board. Say, hey, let's see where this goes. I like you pretty much. I like you pretty good. But I don't know if I'm ready for long term. Can you do that? Can you do that? Giving that other person an opportunity to make a decision for themselves, if they're going to hang in there or not. Because what you see is right after Valentine's Day, you know what happens? A hell of a lot of breakups. A hell of a lot of breakups. There's a massive amount of relationship starts in October and November, and a lot of breakups that happen in February and March. And that is because we travel the season of needing people, of not wanting to do these months, these holidays alone. Just some thoughts about betweener relationships, right? Well, what else should you know about betweener relationships? Well, yeah, it's normal. It's natural. Be above board with it. Communicate about it. Be right about it. If you've got people saying, oh no, just don't do it, admit that you're wanting companionship. Admit that you're wanting relationship. Admit that you're wanting the sex. Because you know what? There's no shame in saying, hey, I want a sexual partner for this time frame. I don't know if I'm ready to get into a relationship. And I hear this all the time from, and I've done these inquiry posts lately, and I've seen a lot of people say, well, just don't, just say no to sex, like you don't need sex, so that just say no to it. Well, that's often easier said than done, right? Not too many people want to just say no to sex. Not too many people actually can say no to sex, because we use sex today as pleasure. It's not just about procreation. It is about pleasure. It is about stress release. It is about connection. It is about vulnerability. It's about being seen. It is about being desired. There's a lot more to it than just the sexual component of it. And there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I do want this piece of relationship too. It's just about being clear, in integrity, transparent about it, looking at what you're really wanting to draw into your life experience in relationship, and realizing that even if it's a short term, it's still a relationship. Even if it is just about the sex, it still is a relationship. Even if it is just about the companionship of going out and doing things together, it is a relationship. It might be short term, it might just be this season, but it is still a relationship. And because it is a relationship, you owe it to yourself and to that other person to stand in integrity, speak your truth, realize what you're wanting to draw in, realize what you need to develop, what you need to create, and how these people that you're choosing in your betweener relationships are actually helping you get to know who you are, define who you are, and create the one that you might want to do the entire lifespan with. So there you go. That's my take on tweener relationships. That's why I've done tweener relationships in the past. I've had some that lasted just a few months, some that lasted years. And I can tell you that I can pick out the pieces in all those relationships and see the experiences for what they are and how I actually created them, and what I was wanting to learn about myself and what I was really wanting to enjoy and build upon so that I could have the relationship that I have today with the man that I have it. I know that he would not be here today if I had not put myself through the education and definition of relationship. So enjoy the betweeners, enjoy the backup plans, but know that those they're fleeting. And when you're really ready, and you know that you're ready, and when you're really aligned, and you know that you're really aligned, you're not going to want anything to do with backup plans, between relationships, these non-relationships that you're managing anymore. And that's the true sign that you have found the one. Okay, guys, I'm actually going to be announcing later today a couple different workshops. So if you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, make sure that you explore those. Go to www.kendalwilliams.com, click on the events tab for the updates on those later today. If you're not on my newsletter list, make sure to get on my newsletter list so that you can really keep up to speed with everything that I have going on. If I've said anything over the last 9 sessions of the Land of Why that has touched you, made you go, how can I learn more about that topic? How can I do the healing work? How can I do the internal work? How can I call in that soulmate relationship that she keeps talking about? I mean, we all talk about it. We all want it. You know what the 2 most important things in our life are? Love and work. These are the 2 pillars of our life. And they actually harmonize, balance each other perfectly if we learn the skills, those soft skills, the emotional skills that we need to really have happy, successful, aligned relationship in both departments. And that is what I'm here to help you with. So if you would like to learn more about calling in that soulmate relationship, to learn more about doing the internal work that you need to really be able to be the match that it's going to take for you to call in that soulmate relationship, or you want to heal through affair, you want to stop calling in the between relationships, you're sick and tired of all the backup plans, well, reach out to me. Let's talk, take advantage of my fall winter specials, and know that you are worthy of that beautiful dynamic relationship. All you have to do is claim it, know it, call it in, and learn who you truly are. As always, remember, stop existing, start living. I love you guys, and I will catch you tomorrow with the final episode of The Land of Why.